This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, June the 29th, is a Canadian darts icon. If you're thinking, Canadian darts? That can't be right. But it was. This man is a commentator on many darts things. He's called Darth Maple. He won the 94 BDO World Darts Championship, which is the minor league team, but won the PDC, the main World Championship, in 2003 and 2008, becoming the first non-UK player to win the World Championship and the only non-European to win the PDC version. When he won his championship, it was only the second time a non-seeded player won the BDO World Darts Championship. One of the few times which he couldn't lose a set. His 9-year gap between his first and second World Championships is tied with Ted Hankey, and its third victory saw him win huge, becoming only the fifth player other than Phil Taylor, Eric Bristol, Raymond von Barneveld, and John Lowe to win 3 or more World Championships. His name is John Part. He's 57 years old today. Part was actually given a dartboard by his parents at age 21. Part actually would view the World Championships and learn his game from some of the famous champions. All that. He was pretty good in the 1990s and all that. He would soon be competing in prestigious events sanctioned by the British Darts Organization, BDO. He helped Canada win the World Dart Federation World Cup, win the Paris for Canada. And when he qualified for the 94 BDO World Championship, he was unknown. There were a lot of newcomers and debutantes in the BDO version of the World Championship. Part would defeat Ronnie Baxter, who was the number 2 seed, in straight sets, and then beat Paul Lim, Steve McCullum, and Ronnie Sharp. He faced Bobby George, the legend Bobby George, and won 6-0 in sets. And the funny thing is, 6 years after receiving his first dartboard, he won the World Championship, becoming the first non-British player to do so. So it was huge and all that. But Part would have problems making an impact in the UK. He did pretty well in North America, but he didn't do so well. In 95, he lost the BDO World Championship to Paul Williams. It was hard and all that. He would leave the BDO to join the PDC and trying to do everything and all that. Fortunately, he didn't have much championship. However, he won a trip to the round of 16 for the 2000 World Championships. All that. But Part in 2001 would not realize how good he was. So anyway, the 2001 World Darts Championship was a turning point in Part's career. He comfortably got to the tournament and narrowly beat Rod Harrington to make it to the final against Phil Taylor, who was a 6-time champion. The defending 6-time champion, if you will. Part and Taylor would finally meet in the PDC. Unfortunately, Part could not do much as he only won 3 legs, losing 7-0 in sets to Taylor. So what happens sometimes is a normal darts thing to 501 is called a leg. And if you win enough legs, you win a set. And that's what you need to win the match. It was just huge and all that. John Part could have easily lost his confidence after being dumped off in the final easily. However, it gave him the motivation. And that led him to a 2-year run when he won strong minor titles, got to number 2 in the world rankings. And it was huge how Taylor and Part would face each other. Part would always be denied by Phil Taylor's dominance and all that. So it was the 2003 championship. Well, Part as the number 2 seed got to the final, taking down Jamie Harvey, Chris Mason, and Kevin Painter to face Phil Power Taylor. Part had not won a televised match against Taylor, going 0 for 5, and had lost 13 straight sets to Taylor in the World Championships. Taylor looked pretty good. He won 8 consecutive championships, so looked good and all that. He was actually up 4-1 in sets, but lost the next 4, down 5-4. However, Part took 2 sets to go up 6-5 and needed to win the last one more set for the title. But Taylor made it into a deciding set. And Part, with 3 darts to win the match, did it on his first start, shocking the world and knocking out the 8-time defending champion, taking the World Championship. All that. The first time that Phil Taylor actually lost at the PDC World Championship since 1994. Unbelievable. It's one of the greatest darts games of all time. Becoming the first non-British player to win the PDC version of the World Championship. He was number 1. John Part looked decent and all that. He shockingly lost in the first round of the 2004 championships to Mark Dudbridge. Part would do a lot better in North America, but still, you know, he had troubles. So after some years of trouble and all that, he got to the 2008 World Championships as the number 11 seed. But he put up a great fight. He beat Mansur Sojovic in the second round, and then in the quarterfinal against James Wade, who was ranked number 3. And then he faced Kevin Painter in Part 1, getting into the World Championship final. It would be Kirk Shepard in the 2008 final who would face Part for the World Championship. A 500-1 rank outsider. It was hard to believe and all that. Of course, Bill Taylor and Raymond von Barneveld both faltered, but Part shocked everyone. Part was up 4-0 on sets and won 7-2. It was not even close, becoming the 5th player to win more than 2 World Championships. And he did it. He only became the 2nd player to be the PDC World Champion more than once after Phil Taylor. So he did it. He got it. All that. So anyway, he would slide through the rankings. But he would become a gigantic as being a TV commentator and all that. So anyway, when Sid Waddell left the BBC to join Sky Sports, it was huge. The only darts commentator for BBC was Tony Green. So anyway, Part actually was chosen to be a part of the commentary box. And it was weird how Part would actually... He would commentate on the BDO World Championship despite the fact he was in the PDC that Sky had, and BDO was BBC. But the BBC didn't care at all. Part would commentate on the BDO title from 1995 to 2007. ESPN would actually use Part as part of their commentary, but then Part in 2013 would start commentating for Sky Sports. And has been a regular member of Sky's commentary team since. He actually said that he suffered with tungsten tension because he would have severe headaches during pressure moments, which cost him games and all that. Well, dartitis. dartitis. It's a condition that affects darts players compared to the yips. So he's only won three PDC titles, 2 World Championships, and the Las Vegas Desert Classic. So he did what he could. And all that. But yeah, John Part basically brought Canada some darts fame, even though that not a lot of people cared about it. Unless TSN covered the World Championships, but I don't think they did. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.